Questions have been raised over whether the Murray-Darling Basin Plan is a waste of taxpayer funds. It follows an ABC investigation into where the billions of dollars allocated for the scheme have been spent. Joining me now is Greens Senator Sarah Hanson-Young. Good morning to you, Senator. What part of last night's story do you take issue with?
Look, there's some really concerning and shocking allegations in the package last night. But in context, this is not the first revelation of scandals that have plagued the Murray-Darling Basin or its management. And, only 2 years ago we saw the first Four Corners expose of water theft and tampering of water meters. And now last night we saw that hundreds of millions of taxpayers' dollars is being spent building dams that allows big foreign corporations to store and take more water from the Murray-Darling system at a time when we need to be returning water back to the river. So the taxpayer is funding the maximisation of profits of big foreign corporations. This is just not good enough.
But they are operating within the rules, aren't they, those foreign corporations?
Well,
it's the system that needs to be fixed?
Look, that's absolutely right. I don't think there's any suggestion that they're not operating within the rules. The problem is the rules are not working. The rules are broken. The whole point of the $13 billion Murray-Darling Basin Plan was to try and put the river system back on a sustainable footing so that everybody could rely on it into the future. Downstream communities, farmers throughout the region, and of course to ensure that the environment itself could survive. But what we're seeing is billions of dollars is being spent and the river is still dying.
So
we saw those fish kills happen over summer.
What's the fix? How do we fix it?
Look, two things need to happen. I think the evidence is now mounted so clearly that we need a federal royal commission to clean up the system, to work out what's going on and to hold those who have kind of turned a blind eye to the maladministration to account. But in the immediate term, today I'm calling for an immediate freeze on all monies flowing out of the Commonwealth accounts into these water efficiency programs. We need the Auditor-General called in. We need them to kind of go through the books, to be transparent about the process, find out where the water is and where the money's gone.
Senator, with respect, there already has been a Royal Commission. South Australia has done a Royal Commission in which the plan was described as wasteful and irresponsible. Wouldn't it be best to use that money that you're saying could go to a federal Royal Commission and give that to the farmers that are really struggling at the moment?
Well, the problem we have with the South Australian Royal Commission, and you're right, it was damning, but the federal agencies, the Murray-Darling Basin Authority and the government and the government department were stopped and gagged from participating in that process. This is a federal government scandal. This has happened on the watch of Scott Morrison's government under the guise of the National Party. I mean, the reason we're in this mess is because Barnaby Joyce went out there and boasted that he was going to look after his big corporate irrigator mates, and look what's happened. Small farmers are suffering, the environment's suffering, but big corporations, particularly those with foreign investment, are getting not just the taxpayer-funded subsidies, but all the water as well.
Yep, you're right, it's a very complicated issue, and you're right, there are a lot of people suffering out there. Senator, that's all the time we've got, unfortunately, but thank you very much for your time this morning.